We're early.
Where was that face?
I just realized it's gonna be on the video.
It's gonna be what?
I made a weird face that Karen and every class is filmed and posted to YouTube on a private account, so that would be exciting to watch.
I've actually never watched any of the classes.
I watched like 15 minutes of one just to kind of...
Yeah.
15 minutes? That's so long. Well, every video is an hour. Yeah,
Right.
But like, you just sat at your computer for 15 minutes.
I sat at my
watching
computer and
this.
watched a movie trailer for 15 minutes straight. Like, I repeated it because it was hilarious.
What was it?
It was for the Minions movie. Catherine and I were watching it this morning.
Let's Google that.
Is there a trailer for the new Star Wars movie?
Yes.
Yes,
Is it
looks
good?
bad.
Oh.
It looks like I
The
don't know.
trailer isn't
What?
good,
Jasmine, what?
Bad.
Really?
All the new ones are horrible. You have to watch 4
The
through 6.
original three.
Yeah, the original 3 is how you gotta go. You can't.
Yeah.
Everything else is just.
The original trilogy. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sad.
the new ones I just always have to see. Oh, are you doing it? I should share my screen and we should watch it
but
together.
unfortunately advertised
Oh
for
no, he's
30
watching the
seconds long. Well, the
Minions.
Oh,
He's
wow.
watching the Minions trailer.
Yeah, but there's a...
don't
It's
know.
hilarious.
I don't know anything about
Oh,
that
is this
movie.
the Killing
Despicable Me.
Conjunctions?
Oh.
What?
Yes.
Alright, here we go. 30-second ads that we can't skip.
Have you guys seen the Bee movie?
Yeah.
There is one?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
It came out a while
It was
ago.
made
It's
just
old.
for me.
What is it called?
The Bee movie.
Oh. Where does this fascination with bees come from for you?
For a lot of bad reasons. The primary one being Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas
Oh,
Cage,
what, Wicker
what?
Man?
It's kind of an ironic thing. I don't actually like bees.
You don't.
No, it's very ironic.
Well, you only draw or talk about honeybees. You don't draw or talk about like wasps or nasty bees.
Very specific.
There's a different
Mostly to annoy Keely.
Oh, I see. Well, and why are you so early today?
I don't, because we didn't go to our 6th period class like we normally do.
Oh, okay.
I was just mentioning that there's a Bee movie. Oh god, they don't know what the Bee movie is. Well, he doesn't know what the Bee movie is. Gosh, Mal knows a lot about the Bee movie. I love the Bee movie.
Robin, how are you? Robin, do you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
How are you doing?
Great, yeah.
Good to see you.
Yes, I'm very happy to be back.
Good.
Should I do this? Should I?
All right. Well, I think we're gonna begin since it's 1:30. And what I would like you all to do is log into Friday Adobe Connect, of course. Friday may be our one Adobe Connect from now on. There's something wrong with Wednesday. I'm not sure what, but Friday's working fine. So log into Friday and open up an email message to me. Address it to me.
Oh dear.
dharpin at hopkins.edu. Don't stop. dharpin at hopkins.edu. And get ready for a little quiz.
Wait, what? About
A little pop quiz.
I don't think boost that. What should the subject be? Just quiz.
Just quiz.
This
Okay.
isn't gonna go well.
It's gonna go fine.
No, it's not.
Everybody ready? So you see it on Adobe Connect.
Oh.
4 little
Share
phrases to
screen.
translate.
Oh, okay.
You all see it, right?
Wait,
No,
I
not too
gotta
bad.
get on there still.
Yeah, I need to like move windows because this is.
All right, so just open up Adobe Connect and you'll see it on your screen. 4 little phrases, one sentence, 3 phrases to translate.
Wait, I see.
Oh, really?
Hoi agroi emoi eisen.
Wait.
To emeteron dendron and ho atos despotes.
I'll share my screen just a second.
Yeah.
All right, everybody have an email open and send that to me when you're done. It's on the screen right now.
We can't.
I'll just do it.
You're done?
So you're not coaching across at all? I didn't say that.
Oh wait, there's only 3 now? There's 4. But oh, okay.
There should be 4. You don't see 4 on the screen?
Well, it's up there, but just not on my computer itself. So I was just
Okay.
like, wait a second.
Yeah, I've heard,
It's here.
I've heard that from you too. I don't know why.
Refresh the page. When I refresh, it has 4 now.
Okay. If you don't see the 4 questions, just refresh. That's what Mac did and it worked. How do you refresh?
Just
Reload the page.
reload the page, yeah. Oh, you forgot the last part of your last name.
Well.
I know. I pressed enter too early by accident.
All right, everybody done?
Oh, are these not all complete sentences?
No, they're not. They're 1 sentence and 3 phrases. All right, so when you're done with that, just send the email to me, and that'll be that. I'll minimize this a little bit.
Aren't the last 2 the same thing?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Now listen to the screencast,
I
Karen.
did. I don't remember. I'm tired. I watched it on Wednesday.
All right, good. Is everybody's email sent? Yeah? No?
Oh yeah, we're done. Yeah.
Yeah, you, Jasmine and Maddie, you're done?
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are done?
I'm done.
Karen, you're not?
I'm done.
All right. So, how do you translate number 1? Hoi agroi emoi eisen. How do you translate that, Mac?
The fields are mine.
The fields are mine. All right. The adjective is emos, eme, emon, which is in Latin meus, mea, meum. You may remember if those of you who took Latin. So that's your possessive adjective. And what about number 2? Ta hemeteron dendron. Karen?
Wouldn't that be our tree?
Our tree. Exactly right. And what about number 3? Brittany, what about number 3? Ta autos despotes.
I think it's the same master.
Very good. The same master.
I reverse that.
Exactly. And then ha despotes autos? Will?
The master.
The master himself. All right? So it's important to really understand with autos, aute, auta, if it's used as an adjective, called the intensive adjective. And if you put it, number 3 is in what position? What's the name of the position?
Predicate?
No, the other one. Attributive position. Okay? So when autos is in the attributive position, it's translated as the same. Okay? The same. It's inside. I don't know if anyone's taken French before. I don't know. You know the word, you know how to say the same in French? Même, même, exactly. It's exactly the same thing in French. You say la même, I don't know, mother, la même mère. You know, so you do exactly the same thing in French. La même chose, the same thing. But if you want to say the thing itself, you say la chose même. So it's exactly like the Greek. If you put autos inside of the article and the noun, which is the attributive position, it means the same. And if it's outside, it means the thing itself. Okay? Now, an adjective, a possessive adjective, goes in only one position. Someone tell me what that is. Tell the class what that position is. In other words, emas, eme, emon, sos, se, son. Yep, Cece?
Predicate? Predicate.
No, it goes inside. It goes inside. Yep, Jasmine?
I was gonna say it has to be completely outside the article and noun, like it has to be outside of that after it.
It's going to be outside of the article and the noun?
Yeah.
No. That's called the predicate position, right? And these things are in the attributive position. So number 2 is an example. Ta hemeteron dendron means our tree. So it's in the attributive position. All right. Number 1 is different because number 1 is emoi is basically a what? What's the? Yeah.
Yeah. Am I visible? Sorry, I just got here. I was finishing up a calc test. Should I do that or?
Yeah, should I do that as well? I just got here because I was finishing a history test.
Well, we just went over it. It's not, I mean, if you can just understand what the items are at this point, it's fine. So why don't you just, I won't hold it against either of you, so don't worry. Just understand the translation for each. So number 1 is the fields are mine, okay? And emoi is just a predicate adjective. And that's why it's outside of the article and the noun. And then number 2 is our tree, ta hemeteron dendron, and the adjective is in the attributive position, and that's the typical position of a possessive adjective. And then number 3 is the same master, and number 4 is the master himself. Okay, this is all from the screencast about autos and the one before that on emos, eme, emon, and sos, se, son, and the adjectives. Okay. Any questions about this over here? All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to go into a. That's not what I wanted. I'm going to go into a whiteboard and practice the alpha contract verb right now. So here we are. So what I would like you to do. Oh. That is the whiteboard. Okay. What I would like you to do is in a Word document, because we've had bad experiences with typing right on the whiteboard. Open up a Word document and I would like you to conjugate in the present tense, give the 2 imperatives, and give the infinitive for the verb horao. I see. Okay, so do that right now on in a Word document or word processing document.
Do you want just the contracted forms or?
Good point. Thank you. Yeah, I would like the pre-contracted and then the contracted. So both pre-contracted and contracted. And these are on page. Actually, on page. '56.
Here's resume. Or we're gonna contract him. Yeah, okay.
Thou shalt not tussle.
Not.
Can you not? Is the real question.
So yeah, pre-contracted and then contracted.
Was it just me or equations on that proficiency test like forms of each other?
Yeah.
Like it would like go from like the derivative to the cosine to like the integral sign. Like a lot of them were the same.
Which one? I was thinking about symbol on my keyboard.
What do you want?
The circle at the end of the subscript. You should do both first. It's like the mark here. There's a separate thing. I don't remember what it is. Third and then. Oh.
Oh, I looked it up one time. It was fairly easy to find.
Oh. Oh.
And I remember I looked it up and it was like a key I didn't have.
Gotcha. Thanks, y'all. Checkmate. What do I need?
Where are people done or almost done or what?
I'm done.
Done.
Okay. Okay. CC what?
Jeff,
Almost done.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. So, Robin, could you put the pre-contracted forms, just paste them onto the whiteboard? Pre-contracted.
I was doing it on a separate computer because
Oh,
I basically got here. Just it's a bit complex, but I'll do that. Okay,
Well-
I'll do that.
well, in that case, no, you don't have to, to make it complicated. So let me, why don't you do the pre-contracted forms for the two imperatives, all right?
Okay.
Okay. And Brittany, could you do paste the pre-contracted forms for the conjugation onto the whiteboard? And Will, do you paste the contracted forms for the conjugation on the whiteboard? Brittany, use a special color that's your favorite color, and you use your special color.
Not yellow.
Not something invisible. And I want the pre-contracted form of the infinitive. And so could Maddie do the pre-contracted for the infinitive?
I can do that.
With your own special color. And the contracted form of the infinitive, Mac?
Sure.
Contracted form. And I know, Robin, you're doing the pre-contracted for the imperatives. And Cece, could you do the contracted forms for the imperatives? So I'm hoping that bless you, it'll just be easy enough to just paste it right on the whiteboard, because you're all presenters, so that should be okay. Just click on T up above. Yep.
Oh, I'm in preview. Right. No, Snake Eyes and Bear. I am a mess.
We weren't gonna
That's great. There.
Now we need pre-contracted for the conjugation. What's that? Maddie, are you doing the pre-contracted for the conjugation? I forgot who I assigned.
I did pre-contracted infinitive.
Okay. Who's doing that? Brittany, are you?
Yeah, maybe. I'm getting really confused because, wait, what is the conjugation? Is that?
It's
'cause I think
what?
Yeah.
It's the alpha contract verb on page 56. But you're doing it with horao. If you're confused, it's fine. Can someone put the It's okay. Can someone do the pre-contracted for? Yeah, Can you do that? Just paste it in. Okay, Will Rosenblue is there. Mac Reeferson, that is Horan. You have to press outside the box.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm deleting the.
Bless you. All right. So let's look at the pre-contracted forms now really quickly.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
All right. Oh, nicely.
Both moved it.
Nicely ordered. Okay. Pre-contracted form for horao. on the whiteboard. Everyone see it? They're all correct. I'm going to say right now that all those pre-contracted endings are correct. Everybody look at the contracted form. The contracted forms. Are there any issues or feedback to be made, Karen?
Well, when the alpha with the acute accent is with the omega, omicron, or omicron upsilon, it turns into a omega with a circumflex.
Omega with a circumflex.
So for horomen and horosi.
So yes, so it won't be horumen, it'll be horomen. That's right. There's an easy rule. That's an easy rule to remember. Alpha plus any sound, essentially omicron or omega, it's going to become an omega. That's the easy rule. I would suggest just memorizing that rule. Okay. Any other comments about the present tense conjugation over here? Okay. The iota subscripts are correct and where they are?
Oh, I'm RP, not MFC.
What's the rule about iota subscripts? How do they show up, and why do they show up that way? Jasmine?
So when you have the epsilon iota, and so like the iota kind of becomes that essentially.
Right, you don't lose the iota, it goes underneath. That's right, it stays as a subscript. You don't have any iotas in any of the other forms, and that's why you don't have iota subscripts in the other forms. So that's correct. All right, let's look at the precontracted infinitive. Hora'ein, that's correct. Now let's look at the contracted infinitive. Horan. Any comments on that? You have a comment?
No.
All right, it's correct. It flies in the face of what I just said about the iota.
It's not supposed to.
Someone explain? Yep.
An exception.
It is an exception. It is an exception. The iota does not become a subscript in that case only. Okay? It's just horan. You don't see any iota subscript there. All right, good. And let's look at the two imperatives. Any comments on the precontracted? Kaylee?
Should the accent on the alpha recede?
It should recede, exactly. Why?
Because verbs are recessive and the epsilon is short.
The epsilon is short. So you want that acute needs to go to the antepenult. Exactly. And what about the plural precontracted? Any issues there? What?
It's a bit singular. On the contracted. Then
We'll get to the contracted in a second. There's no problem with the precontracted plural. That's fine because that's the antepenult right there. So it's the accent's on the right spot. Now let's look at the contracted forms. The two contracted forms. So who did the contracted forms? Oh, Cece. Okay. So what's the long mark over the alpha? Is that just a long mark?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a long mark. In the book, Tima has a long mark, so I thought that they were supposed to be a long alpha, but I don't know how to do that on my computer, so I don't one.
That's all right. Where does the accent go?
Oh, it would go on the omicron because it's recessive, or no?
Exactly. It'll be on the omicron. So you're gonna have an acute on the omicron. Hora. It's gonna sound like hora. Now, let everybody look at the plural imperative. Any comments there? Accents correct or what? Or no? It's correct. It would be hora'ete, as you saw, so the accent becomes a circumflex, the usual rule. First vowel is accented, so the contraction has a circumflex. Okay? Good. All right. Let's see. Okay, I see that you made your correction there. All right. And Robin, I think I see your correction too. Okay, good. Now we'll get out of that, and I would like you to open up your chapter 5 beta vocab sheet. I'll get this out. 5 beta vocab. 5 beta. Must be in a different screen.
I have it.
No, it's not where it is. There it is. Okay. All right. So a couple verbs here. Oh, by the way, we're going to have next week. We're going to have some quizzes on the chapter 5 alpha vocab sheet, and I realize that's quite a long list of vocabulary. And you may have noticed if you looked at eCollege, you may have noticed that I've basically divided the sheet up into 2 quizzes. Did you all notice that? Okay, so you're just going to have verbs on one day, and you're going to have the rest on Thursday. So verbs on Tuesday, and the rest of the words on Thursday, just to break it up, because I know it's a long list. So, all right, here's chapter 5 beta right over here. Read the Greek of the 3 principal parts of the first verb there. Jasmine, go ahead.
Okay, it's apophuego.
Thugo.
Thugo.
Yep.
Apophuego. I hate that one. Apophuaxomai.
Apophuaxomai.
Apophuaxomai. And then apephugon.
Apephugon. Say ew.
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 Good.
Ew.
All right. That's the sound of that diphthong. Ew. So apophugo. Apophuaxomai. Apephugon. What's the type of verb, Jasmine?
It's regular.
Meaning?
It's not a contract of any sort.
Nope. And the meaning of the verb?
To flee away or escape.
Okay. Did you find a derivative?
I kind of had flee and fugitive from just fuego originally.
Right. Exactly. I mean, it's a compound. So fugo is your verb for that. Fugitive, which is really from Latin it's a derivative via Latin. Fugitivus in Latin. So, anyone else find any derivatives except for fugitive and? Okay, so look at the next. So apophugo, a good solid regular verb. So Brittany, why don't you read the next one there and give the type and meaning and a derivative.
Okay. Ignosko, nosomai, and egnom.
Good.
And it means I get to know, I learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I got agnostic, diagnostic, and Gnosticism.
Very good. Gnosticism, which isn't a word you use every day. Gnostic, Gnostic, and agnostic. What does it mean? Anyone know?
What does agnostic mean?
Agnostic, yeah, what?
Like you don't believe in any religion?
Not so much you don't believe in any religion. What? Someone else? Yeah, Jasmine?
It's you don't specifically believe in any higher power, but at the same time you're not claiming it doesn't completely. You're not claiming that it's
You believe it can't be known.
Yeah, you just think it can't be.
That's
known.
right. You believe that it can't be known. That alpha, that A at the beginning of agnostic, is what we call the alpha privativum. It negates it's a prefix that negates the word. So it's no knowledge. You don't have any knowledge. It's not. It's not possible to know whether there's a God or that sort of thing. So yeah, that's a good derivative. It's a regular verb, even though it looks funky, the rest of it, right? Genosomai and agnon, that looks weird, but it's still regular. And then the next word there, Cece, go ahead.
Well, and I wasn't sure, but is it irregular?
Heiko?
Yeah.
It's regular. It's a little strange because it's just that one form, but it's regular. What's your meaning there?
Okay. I have come, and I didn't find any derivatives.
No, yeah. I have come. This is kind of a defective verb because it only shows up in one form, and it's not even present tense. It's past tense. It's a perfect tense form that just kind of lingered on, and it means I have come. Good. All right, Robin, why don't you read the next one? Give the type of verb, meaning, and derivative for the next one.
So it's thaumazo, thaumasomai, and ethaumatsa, and
Good.
I think it's regular. And in the intransitive form, it means I'm amazed, and in the transitive, it means I wonder at or admire something. And I
Good.
think it, just as a side note, it comes from thauma, which just means a wonder or a miracle. So yeah.
Yeah. Good. Anyone else find a derivative too? Hard to find. Nothing. Okay. What? Kaylee.
There's a word thaumaturgy or thaumaturge, which refers to like a magician doing magic, like that kind of magic tricks.
Someone who works wonders, because urgi means work.
Yeah, so someone who works wonders is a thaumaturge.
Yeah, that's a great word. Great word. Okay, good. Wonderful. Thaumaturge. Now, this next one over here, Brittany, why don't you read that? I've already asked you to do one. Will.
Pascho, Peshomai. No, just Peshomai. And epathon. And it's a regular verb, I think, and it means I suffer.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't find any derivative, but I thought of one that might be a derivative, which is task.
Which is what?
Task.
T-A-S-K?
Yeah.
How does that come from Pasco?
Oh, wait, that's not a T, is it? Oh, yeah, okay. That's not a derivative.
Anyone else find any derivatives? Yeah, Cece?
This is just a guess, but would passive be one?
Passive, that's actually a really good, I know you Latin students, you know where passive comes from literally, right? Do you know what's the verb in Latin that it comes from? I don't think it comes from pascho in Greek. I think it comes from this, what, do you know?
Pati.
What?
Pati.
Patior, pati, passasum, that Latin deponent verb. I think that's where that passive comes from. But patior honestly is related to pasco. Yeah, Robin?
Wonder that I think is pathos. I was trying to get this one with like persuade last time, but I think this might sort of be correct, like to suffer emotions and so on. So, yeah.
Exactly, pathos. The word pathos. And what's the adjective that comes from that word pathos? That's much more common in daily speech. Pathology is a good pathetic. Yeah, someone who somehow is or a situation that's somehow causing a lot of suffering. Okay, good. So yeah, pathon. The stem path, P-A-T-H in English. There's a lot of derivatives like pathology, pathological, pathogen, and then pathos, of course, and pathetic. All right, great. Next word there, Maddie, go ahead.
Tupto and tupteso, and it's a regular verb that means to strike or hit.
Got a derivative for that?
I didn't find one for that. Did you find?
You have a derivative?
I got like type and typography and typology.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I wasn't thinking of that. Brittany, you thought type and typography too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I found the same ones.
Did you really? All right. That makes sense actually. When you're, typing, you're striking keys. I suppose. I never thought of that. I learned something with this. Anyone else find a different other derivatives for tupto? All right, let's go into the nouns over here. Mac, why don't you read the first one?
Homuthos to muthu, or muthu,
Muthu.
or what?
Muthu.
Second declension. It means story, and I got myth, mythical, mythography, and mythology.
Mythology, myth, all those myth words. Yeah, exactly. Anyone find any other derivatives for mythos? Yeah, the myth words are big, which is obvious. It means story. Okay. Now, what about this next one over here? Kaylee, go ahead.
Hey, hodos, taste, hodu, and it means road, way, or journey.
Hmm?
And then derivatives, cathode or cathodize, anodize, those sorts of words.
Od words, OD words. Odometer, like an odometer in a car. What's the declension?
Oh, second.
Second declension. Now, I'm sorry that this word didn't come up before because I think I missed it in one of the earlier vocab sheets.
Isn't that first declension, third class?
No, this is second declension. What's causing the confusion? What?
It's feminine.
It's feminine. Exactly. It's feminine, even though it's second declension. You're used to only seeing masculine second declension, like ho agros, and ho anthropos. But this is actually feminine. So this is going to cause a little bit of, confusion if you're not on your toes with this word. So in Latin, we don't know a lot of words in the second declension that are feminine. You Latin students, can you think of one Latin word in the second declension that's feminine? No, I mean.
Can you think of feminine? First declension ones that are masculine.
Well, yeah. You can think of first declension that are masculine, but not second declension that are feminine.
That would not stand for this word.
I'll tell you. There in Latin, like the word, the trees, like trees are that are second declension, like ulmus, which means elm tree. That's feminine. I don't know why. It just is. Pinus, which means pine tree, that's also feminine. Things like that. So they're all the trees are.
It's not, tree by itself is first declension.
No, third.
Oh yeah, third.
But anyway, I just want to point this out to you because I promise you, everybody think about this. What word will you confuse this with? Hey hodos. What's possible to confuse this with?
The hill.
Yes, the hill, the mountain. Ta aras, ta tu arus. So just be aware and be careful. That's all. I'm just going to throw that out. Okay, then you have your pronouns over here, which you have seen already. We won't go through those. And then these three adjectives. Agathos, agathe, agathon, first and second, means good. And any derivatives for that? Raise your hand. Yeah.
Well, the name Agatha?
The name Agatha, exactly. Yep, Robin?
Well, agathism is another word.
What's the word?
Agathism.
Agathism.
Oh, agathism. Okay, I didn't know that word. Brittany, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, Agatha demon.
Agatha demon. What is
Yeah.
that?
I guess it's a demon of vineyards and grain fields.
Oh, really? Okay. Did not know about that one. Yeah.
Kalokagathia.
Yeah, I don't.
No, let's look it up.
Okay. All right. And this next one here, Maddie, you're making me sick when I see you go around like that. You're gonna get nauseous, and I don't know. Okay, Maddie, why don't you do this next word over here?
All right. Agria, agrion.
Good. Okay.
For a second means savage, wild, fierce.
I think it must be Friday, isn't it? That must be it.
So done.
Any derivatives?
Goodness for Kalogafia.
I was thinking aggressive, but then I looked it up and it wasn't a thing, so I don't know, I couldn't find one.
Yeah, I think aggressive is from aggredior in Latin.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone else find a derivative for agrios? Agria. Yeah, Cece?
Would angry be one?
I don't think so, because that's ANG in English, which would correspond to alpha gamma gamma, not like alpha gamma. So I'm thinking probably not. I think what the anger comes from is the Greek word that means like angst. You know that word angst. I think there's a connection between those two words. All right. Protos, prote, proton. First. Derivatives?
Proton.
Proton. What else? Protagonist. Robin?
It's the third principal form.
Prototype.
Robin?
Yeah, I had the same prototype, etc.
Prototype, all those words.
And also proto, just in general, is what I.
Proto as a prefix in general. Okay, let's look at the two prepositions over here. Oh, by the way, autos, aute, autos. So now we know a little bit more about autos, aute, autos. As an adjective, the intensive adjective, it can mean the same or the thing itself. And it can mean him, her, or it. What are some English derivatives for autos, aute, autos? I know there are some. Karen?
Autonomy.
Autonomy. What does that mean?
It means what does that mean? It's
Kind of
like,
automatic.
Automatic. Numi means kind of like rule or law, so it's like self-ruling. You know, it's on its own. It's like automatic. Someone else?
Automatic.
Automatic. Anyone else?
Automate.
Automate. There's quite a few little auto words. Okay. Automobile. It's mobile on its own. Okay. Okay, good. Let's look at the prepositions over here. Epi. What's the dative meaning of epi?
upon.
Cece.
On or upon.
And what's the accusative meaning, Brittany?
Against.
Against. So I want to figure out the difference between dative and accusative using this preposition. How do you? Someone explain that. The dative has a particular flair to it, and so does the accusative. Yeah.
The dative is sort of like placed there, just like without moving. And I guess the accusative is more like movement oriented or action.
Exactly. The dative is a little bit more resting, place where. Accusative is motion towards. It's a good rule of thumb with these prepositions, okay? So epi, on or at, and accusative with a dative, and accusative it's onto or against. Okay, what about hypa with a dative there, Cece?
Under.
Under. What about hypa with the accusative? Cece?
It means under as well.
So what's the difference? Someone have an answer to that? Yeah, Jasmine?
Like the dative one is like something is like resting under something, and accusative is more like you're moving under something or something.
I mean you're moving to under it.
Yeah,
I mean that's not the way to say it, but right. I'm going under a bridge, but this idea of your destination is to be under. That's the idea there. Okay, so good. What's the derivative for epi? There's a lot of derivatives for epi. What, Jasmine? I'm sorry, Brittany.
I was thinking epoch or epoxy.
Okay. All right. Yep. Robin?
Another one is also, I think, eponym.
What is that again?
Eponym.
Okay. It's EPONYN, I think. M.
Yes,
Okay.
right.
Okay. Yep.
Eparch.
Eparch. Okay. What else? No one. Oh, go ahead.
Epithet.
Epithet.
Epode.
Epithet. What about epidemic?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Epidemiologist.
Epidemic, epidemiology. Epitaph. Who knows what an epitaph is?
I've heard of it. I forget what it is.
It's like when you write on someone's grave.
It's what's written on a monument It's what's written on a gravestone. So yeah, okay, it's on. Epi is sort of the on meaning. And Tautha means what? And Tautha means a lot of things. Brittany?
What about Shahupo?
Then, there, hither, thither, here.
Yeah, there's a lot. It kind of goes in every possible direction. And Tautha Day. Will?
At that very moment.
At that very moment. And the last one, noon.
Noon.
Jasmine, noon.
Noon. Me. Now. It's now. It's also noon. Now.
Jasmine?
I said it now.
Oh, you said now. Okay, all right. I didn't ask for a derivative for hypwa, and I know there are a lot of them. What? Hypwa?
Hypocrisy, hypochondria.
Hypocrisy, yeah. How is that related to hypwa? Hypochondriac, too. What, Robin?
Also, hippoblast.
What does that mean? Oh, yeah. Hippoblast?
It's a type of tissue that forms.
Oh, okay, underneath.
Well, hypocrisy kind of makes sense because you're like hiding under your own you're like judging somebody
Your
for
own
doing
judgment.
something. Yeah.
Your own judgment. Yeah. Kaylee.
Hypodermic, like a needle.
Yeah, and how does that work? How does that make sense?
I'm assuming it's going under your skin.
Under the derm, yeah. Hippo, the derm, under the derm. Yeah. There's a lot of words like that. Yeah.
There's something we learned in science. I think it's like what is
Hypotonic?
It?
Hypotonic?
Yeah, hypotonic.
Hypertonic?
Hypotonic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It means
It's like
It means
under.
there's a higher concentration.
It's like less concentration. It's like under concentrated.
Okay. You want to be careful between the prefixes hyper and hypo, because they're the opposite.
Yeah.
Right? Hyper means over on top of and
Hyperextend.
beyond, and hypo is under.
Don't
So
want to
if you call someone if you call someone hypoactive when you mean to call them hyperactive, you're calling them underactive. So just be careful. There is a difference there. Okay, good. Now I'm going to just to really quickly review for the quiz on Tuesday. We have some flashcards for you to guess at here. So this one right over here.
This is for 5
This
alpha.
is chapter 5 alpha, right? Yeah, 5 alpha.
Yeah.
5 alpha words. Oh no, that's not 5 alpha. This is not 5 alpha. I'm sorry.
Are you sure?
It says beta up here, chapter 5 beta.
I know. That's why it's probably not that. This is not.
yeah.
This is not.
I wasn't even looking at that.
Sorry, wrong.
Wow.
Wrong,
I'm awake.
wrong flashcards. Never mind.
I was trying to go back to find 5 alpha because I just figured out it was 4 beta, not 5 beta. So.
Okay. No, wrong flashcards. Never mind.
Awake right now.
So we won't be able to review that way.
We won't.
Sorry.
But my flashcard was so beautiful. My flashcard was so beautiful.
I'm sorry. Okay. So look on your screen, and just for a few minutes, we're going to look at the area of the Peloponnesus called Sparta. That's where we left off. So we see the map of the Peloponnesus, and there's Sparta. You can see the Gulf of Laconia. We've been to what regions so far? You can see them on the map here. You've been to Arcadia. That's in the middle. That's that middle zone. And then where?
Mycenae.
Yeah, Robin.
Mycenae. So.
Mycenae before that, then Arcadia, and then where?
Olympia.
Olympia.
Crete.
Well, Crete was way before. Crete's on an island in a different. After Olympia, where did we visit?
Pylos.
Pylos. Yep, it's Pylos right there. You can see it on the map. So now we're in Sparta. I'm going to quickly. Okay, hold on. Okay. So here's just the landscape of Sparta. You can see the mountain range in the distance. That's called Mount Taygetus. And that's Mount Taygetus again. It's a pretty huge mountain. You can see the cloud in the middle? There's a cloud. And the city of Sparta, obviously it's a modern city now. It's called Sparti, and but you have these ruins in the middle of the city. Ancient Sparta was little settlements clustered around the Eurotas River, which is kind of not much of a river any longer, kind of like the river that we had in Olympia that wasn't very impressive anymore. But you have these little clusters of settlements around that kind of were unified by leaders, and there was an acropolis and temples and a theater and so on. So you have these ruins in the middle of the modern city, and that's the modern city. And you can see the Taygetus mountain range in the distance, and it's pretty impressive. And this is just the agora. The agora means what? Anyone remember what that means?
Forum.
The forum, exactly. The marketplace of Sparta. The ruins, anyway. The temple over here, same thing. I'm kind of fascinated by the mountain, so that's why I keep on flashing the mountain.
Do you know how tall they were?
I don't, actually. But you can see kind of at a distance, there's like a terrace. You can see in the middle of that mountain there. There's a archaeological site, but it's not ancient. It's medieval. There's kind of like a fortress up above. It was built by during the Middle Ages by Crusaders. It's called Mistras. Actually, that's where this picture was taken from. It was from that medieval ruin up on Mount Taygetus. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right. That was a quick little introduction to Sparta. All right. Now we're going to go to, hold on just one second. I would like you to now to go to page 62 in your book. All right. Everybody there? Page 62. What? Oh, sorry. Yeah, Cece?
I googled how tall the mountain is, and it's about 8,000 feet.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's 2,000 feet bigger than the largest one in the Northeast.
That's 2,000 feet higher?
In the Northeast.
And then the largest one in the Northeast.
Okay.
The Northeast isn't that tall.
It really isn't.
That's pretty high elevation.
That's a lot better.
Okay. What I'd like you to do right now is look over the vocab there on page 62, but then read the paragraph, the first paragraph. Stories called Halukos, the wolf. So read that Greek right now to yourselves quietly.
We want to sheep them. What?
Okay, even though you haven't finished the paragraph, let's read that a little bit. Epe de to aulio proskorusen hot Philippos kai hopapos polun sophon akuusen phylacte gar agrios ho argos tada probata polun thoribon poie. So, how about translating that for us there, Brittany? Could you do that?
Yeah. So, while Philip and his grandfather walk towards the sheepfold, they hear much commotion.
Okay. Go
or
on.
much noise. Much noise.
Yeah.
For Argos is savagely, or for savage or wild Argos or whatnot is barking. And the sheep make much commotion.
Okay. So agrios is an adverb, so that will be savagely. I think you said that at first. You said savagely, so that would be right. Argos is savagely barking. I want to ask you all a question. Ta probata means a sheep. The verb is poie. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Explain. Ta probata. Nominative plural, neuter, what?
Isn't it because it's like only considered plural?
No.
It's like the word itself is plural.
It is, yep, that's well, there is a word probos, which means, a sheep. Really, probos means like anything moving forward. They'll call these things sheep, but it's plural. They're like walkers, Probata means like the walkers. The
They're
walkers.
coming. The walkers are coming.
Yeah, don't get me started on that show. But anyway, ta probata is plural, neuter, and poie is singular. Explain. Yeah, Jasmine.
Is it because like a collective of sheep is considered just like a massive sheep? One giant
No.
sheep.
Isn't it kind of singular, like by did you say a mass of sheep or a
No.
massive sheep?
No, Will?
Like you said.
Doesn't a neuter plural noun take a singular verb?
Yes, everyone here will. A neuter plural noun takes a singular verb. That's a rule. I did a screencast on that. It was very exciting.
Yeah.
You should review it again because it was great. A neuter plural noun takes a singular verb. Okay, so that's a rule. All right. Now I think that's the end of class. So we're going to end there. You have a quiz on chapter 5 alpha on Tuesday. The first half of chapter 5 alpha, only the verbs. So, and you're going to review how to decline polus, polé, pollu. So those two things for Tuesday, and then you have a screencast, 2 screencasts. We're gonna learn about the middle voice pretty soon of verbs. So that's our next horizon. All right. Hope you all what? What? Middle voice? No, I think that was middle voice is for Wednesday. You listen to it?
You're just gonna yank it.
Okay. It's all right. All right, everybody. I will hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Wednesday.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Wait, what do you mean? Don't get you started on that show?
Oh, The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just I actually kind of like it. Anyway.
I started watching Breaking Bad. It's really good.
That's a very good show. What's that, Robin?
Thank you very much, Mr. Harbin.
Oh, you're
Bye.
welcome.
It's about some
See you.
weird stuff, but it's good.
Yeah, it is. Hi, Cece.
I had a question.
Yeah.
So I saw on eCollege that you posted a quiz for not next week, but the week after. My school's in the middle of exams that week.
Oh, okay.
So I won't be able to come to class on Wednesday.
Okay.
But I was wondering if it was possible to maybe I could have a pass on that quiz because during our exams we don't have regular classes or any assignments.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So you want to pass on the quiz and just take the exam?
Thank you, Mr. Harwood.
You're welcome. See you
Yeah.
later. Yeah.
That would be preferable.
So the material on that exam is the same material that would be on that quiz. So we can just roll it into. I can be flexible with that.
All right, thank you. And then I won't be in class that Wednesday.
Okay.
Because my exam is at the same time.
Sure, that's fine. So you and I know we're going to meet on Monday. If you want to meet again the week after or sometime, we can do that. So if you want to, you can either watch the class as a way to review the recording, or you can email me and we can talk about what we might want to do if you want to meet with me.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I thought we said we'd see after Monday if we wanted to do.
Yeah, that's fine. And is the exam? The exam's an hour and a half. It's an hour longer than. I'm sorry, it's a half hour longer than a test. It's not going to be substantially. Fine. Yeah, not substantially longer than a test, but it's a little longer. And does that put out of whack your week?
No.
Okay.
We have two exam times where people take exams. Juniors and seniors pretty much take their exams in the afternoon, except my math exam is in the morning. That's why I can come to class from home on Friday, next Friday. And then freshmen and sophomores are in the morning. So I'm just going to take my Greek exam in the morning of my English exam.
Okay. Yeah, there's that flexibility.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Sounds good.
So is it okay for that Friday, the day after the exam, if I take class from home again? Because I'll be on winter break.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, I don't think any of us here are going to be in this classroom. They're all going to be calling in from their houses, so that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, you too.
So next Tuesday.
Yep.
I go home on the late bus at night. Next Tuesday we have a quiz, and normally they're due by 7. But I go home on the late bus, and I don't get home till 6:30.
Yeah.
So can I have 15 minutes
yeah.
after that? Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Hello. I'm sorry to always keep you from class. You just did? Okay. Oh, that thing is live, so.
Okay, wonderful.
Don't swear or anything. Okay.
My contribution.
Yeah. This morning, by the way, was really nice.
Thank you.
Your solo performance was really good.
Thanks. It was a fun one.
Yeah.
I like that song.
Okay. You know what to do, right?
How do I get back to the main screen?